Let's cut the event
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Open Cup Podcast. I'm Kory, and I'm here today with...
Greg, hi, how's it going?
Oh, it's going swimmingly.
Wow, this is fun. You know, I feel like every week it just, we keep getting more sophisticated.
Yeah, that was a really fancy... That's our one effect we're allowed.
Yep, one effect per episode. Hey, here we are again.
We're back.
Yep.
And it is a very special episode of the Open Cup Podcast
Because
today.
Kory's still alive.
I'm still alive. I made it through my vasectomy, and I've come back with stories to tell.
It's the vasectomy hour.
Yes, because I know everybody was wondering, I wonder how Kory's nuts are doing.
Yeah, well, to be fair, that's probably our best analytics ever on this podcast.
I haven't checked, but I have to assume
No one cares about
people
coffee.
heard that and went back and said, I better listen to every episode now,
for
because
sure.
this was
Yeah.
unhinged.
Unhinged, yep. This is how we eventually are going to get paid for this.
Yep.
By just talking about balls.
We're just going to talk about balls.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll let you start then.
Yeah.
Mine are fine.
Yours are fine. Mine are getting there.
Okay.
They're packed in tight in the tiniest underpants that I could fit my body into. So we don't need any jostling going on. But yeah, it was
Sorry, I gotta stop. All right, I'll turn my mic off.
yeah, will you just shut the fuck up? Let me tell my stories. No, I'm kidding. I like listening to you giggle. Yeah, so it started. My appointment was supposed to be at 3:45. We had just finished up recording an episode. I was editing it. I did something, we did a thing. We'll release that episode another time, but I feel like it's important to get this one out today because it's like a direct sequel to last week's episode.
Yeah.
But so anyway, I'm here at work. It's 12:45. My appointment's at 3:45. I was like, no problem. I was going to leave at 1:30, go home, take a shower, for my urologist's sake. But I got a phone call at 12:45 from an Ithaca number. And I'm like, oh boy, I better answer this. Hello? And they're like, hi, this is, so-and-so from Ithaca Urology. Your doctor got called into surgery this afternoon. Can you be here at 1:45? And I was like, fucking...
Not really.
Yes. Okay. So I literally packed my computer away and ran out the door.
Panic drove.
I called my father-in-law and was like, hey man, I'm really sorry to do this. Can you come pick me up in 30 minutes?
Oh, that's rad. You got your father-in-law involved.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a whole nother level.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't
he
even
had already
consider.
planned on driving me because,
Okay.
my wife and I have two small children, so it's hard for her to break away.
And as a
we
father-in-law,
don't want to.
It's the right thing to do
Yeah.
to drive your son-in-law to get a snipped.
So I could hear the wind was whipping, and I was like, this guy's on the golf course. I'm pulling this poor guy off the golf course. But he was very amicable about it. He was like, yep, it's fine. I will be there. And I was like, oh, jeez.
From one ball to another.
So I rush home, take the fastest shower of my life, scrubbed my parts twice just to be thorough. And he's waiting in the driveway for me. I run out the door. We got there at 1:43.
Wow. So
2 minutes before they wanted me there. So got all checked in. And, I was like, I didn't have time to be nervous because I was just like, all of a sudden, all of my anxiety was about getting to the appointment on time. Because I was like, there's no way I'm not getting my vasectomy today. Mm-hmm. I'm not rescheduling for a different time. I will not wait another minute. So it was an ideal scenario in that regard because, could have been later. Wasn't. Happened to be earlier. So get there and get all checked in. They're crazy busy because everybody's getting rescheduled because the surgeon's got to leave for the afternoon.
Sure.
There's nothing not awkward about going into a doctor's office and having to Donald Duck it for a while and just sit there. So there's an ant that's just cruising on my mic stand.
Oh,
just gonna crawl right into my mouth.
Wow, that's a big one too.
So
Jeez.
I have a tattoo of my daughter's footprint on my arm. So I'm sitting on the table, and the nurse who's getting me ready I have like a paper towel, like the medical,
Yeah.
like I say paper towel, but
it's like
not,
a piece of paper.
It's like
It's
big
like
enough
parchment paper.
Yeah, it's just a big piece of paper standing between me and her, and my t-shirt and socks.
Probably not that big.
It was an average size
Okay.
piece of paper.
Okay.
And she sees my tattoo and she goes, "Oh my gosh, you have footies!" And she pulls her scrubs up and
wow.
flashes me her tats.
That's rad. Well, that probably made you feel a lot better.
I was like, "Excuse me, ma'am, but
it's all about me today, ma'am."
yeah, things are supposed to be calm and mild down there." But she also had footprints tattooed on her of her children. And I thought that was kind of cool.
That's really cool. Does that put you at ease a little bit?
Yeah, it was like, all right, we're friends now. It's all good. So the doctor comes in, starts the procedure, all good, gives the numbing stuff. But I had a suspicion that I was to some extent like resistant of local anesthesia. God, this ant really is trying to crawl right into my mouth. Ew. Look at it. It's right there.
Dude,
no, thank you, buddy. All right, hold on.
Just flick it. Not towards
Off.
me. Oh, my God. All right. Well, now he's on the floor.
now.
Yeah.
Tried to crawl in my
office
armpit.
is
All right,
just-
so
Anyway,
it's just crazy.
it's a long intro.
Yeah, I waited to tell Craig my stories until now. So when I had my splenectomy, after the fact, after I was all sealed up, I had an abscess stitch that I had to have removed. And when they did the local anesthesia and were operating on me partway through, I was like, I can feel this. So I had to give me more. So the same thing happened 50% of the way through my vasectomy.
That's a terrible time to find out.
Made it through the first sweet pea. Started working on the other one, and I was like, "Whoo!" And he's like, "Uh-oh, you can feel that?" And I'm like, "Uh-huh." So he gave me another shot and started going again. I was like, "Whoa!" And he's like, "Oh, you can still feel that?" And I was like, "Yeah." So he gave me 3 more shots of the anesthetic, and there was just one spot that I consistently felt. So that was unpleasant, but mostly it was fine. Although there was somebody having a crazy emergency, so the people kept popping in, and I'm just like,
"Oh man,
it's just me and my ween hanging out here." But thankfully my surgeon was a true professional, and
got you through it.
He was unfazed. They came in, asked him questions, and he's just like, snip, 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 see her cauterize, and smoke, answering questions, not like, and I was like, this dude has done this so many times. He's cool as a cucumber.
That makes me, the whole thing makes me a little queasy.
Yeah, well, I made the mistake of watching a video of the procedure after the fact, and I was like,
that, bro.
I'm gonna barf. But it wasn't like,
it wasn't a video of your procedure.
No, not mine. It was
amazing
someone
if
else's. But
they send you home with that, like a childbirth sort of thing. Yeah.
Here you go.
Here's my special journey.
But everything went well. I'm all patched back up. They gave me my little sample kit for a few months from now. And I walked out. It's in a paper bag. And my father-in-law goes, "What, did they send you with a packed lunch?" And I said, "No. They sent me with a homework assignment." So if you're wondering what I'm going to be doing in September.
We're not. Nobody's wondering that.
No.
Wow.
But yeah, so it was pretty good. It was eventful.
Yeah, that's a lot. Well, I'm glad that's done. I'm happy that you got it handled.
Yep, and it was pretty good. I had some time to recover. My beautiful, lovely, loving wife had 3 bags of frozen peas, a bag of beef jerky, and some Twix waiting for me when I got home.
Wow, what a recovery.
Yep, and she took the kids out all weekend and was just like,
really
"You
nice.
just sit
What a
outside."
trooper.
That was really nice. Yeah,
That
they
is
had
really
fun.
nice.
I got to ice my beans.
And watch war movies.
I did not watch a war movie.
Well,
I did play a lot of Final Fantasy X.
fair. Yeah.
For the 85th time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that sort of leads us to some coffee.
Yes. So that leads us to my other fun story.
Yeah.
I went to Buffalo on Tuesday, again, with my brother, to pick up my suit. The suit we've talked about before. The suit that they could not seem to make sense of my body with.
Right.
So this is my 3rd trip out there. And I tried it on. Looks really good. I was like, is it a little kind of puffy in the chest? And the suit salesperson is like, So the only way to fix that is to let it out in the body, and I think the fit's really good. It's just, the trouble with guys who are like as big and buff as you
Oh, that's
is
nice.
that like, your chest, you just have a big, strong chest. So
What a nice way to put
it's
that.
it's gonna be a little bit of a puff, but like if you hadn't pointed it out, I never would have noticed. And I was like, stop. Say no more.
Say, big and buff.
You got me. You sold me the suit. You just told me how big and strong and buff I am. And I'm like, well, it's good. I'm happy now.
That's the dude that knows how to sell suits.
And then she told me not to lose any more weight. And I was like, what? You're really gassing me up.
Yeah, right?
So that felt pretty good. But anyway, we went to Buffalo proper afterwards, after I finally got my suit on that now fits my very strange shaped body. And we went to a coffee shop called Unapologetic Coffee. And that is what we're going to try today.
They have a rad-looking bag.
Yeah, the bag is really cool.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, I'm really stoked about this. Their logo is sweet. I took a picture of it that I'll throw on the Instagram. Make sure we tag these guys. But locally owned, women-owned company in Buffalo, and yeah, I'm excited to tap into it.
What kind of coffee is this?
This is I know I'm so out of my element. This is usually your job.
Oh, you're fine.
This is it is called Hustle.
Hustle.
It is a Ethiopia Sidama Bombay. It is a washed processed light roast coffee roasted on the 14th of this month.
So recent.
Yeah. So I'm excited to try it. I feel like we had a washed Sidamo recently from somewhere else. Is that the one that
Was
Rick
it from?
did?
Yeah.
Maybe? Yeah. So it's cool. I mean, it's kind of fun to do another washed Sidamo from a different place. So
That's great. All right. Well, we have some ground coffee in our cup. Okay. Maybe cherry? Cherry blossom? I don't know. Okay.
bag says orange blossom.
Well, I knew it was a blossom, but you'd think that I'd be able to nail the citrus.
Yeah, I mean, now that I've read the bag, I definitely get orange and vanilla, but yeah, there is a really nice floral aspect to it,
Yeah, it's nice.
and a little like sour funk. I say funk, and I'm like always afraid that that's gonna sound like an unpleasant thing, but it's
No,
just
I know what you mean.
the like sort of phenolic acrid maybe
Like
just
the
that
Uptown
little
Funk.
uptown funk gonna funk your butt. Is that how that song goes?
I'm not quite sure it's but.
Uptown funk gonna funk your butt. I think that's how it goes.
All right, we'll check that.
Yeah.
Don't
If you know-
take our word.
If you know the lyrics to Uptown Funk, please send us an email or leave us a comment.
Please, at least about that, if not about the rest of the
Uptown
content.
Funk gonna funk your butt.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's it.
yeah. This is going back to the bag. It's so nice. It's got kind of like some, I'd say graffiti-esque sort of printing and graphics on it. And the bag's rad because it has like a band across it that's clear.
Yeah, I really like that.
So you can see the contents a little bit. And they're the tiny beans and lightly
mine are now
roasted.
too.
Yeah, zero emission roasting. Wow, okay.
Whoa.
They must have a Loring or similar.
Oh,
Yeah. Huh.
zero emission. Wow.
Zero emission. Yeah, that's
Or they are putting a gargantuan amount of money into like eco-sustainable
Yeah.
things. Isn't that how that
to
works?
offset. You can offset the
your
carbon. Yeah. Yeah. I would have to plant a lot of trees.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Well, it smells quite good.
I'm ready to wet this.
Yeah. Oh
So-
my gosh, that's really nice. I just got, boy, it was so just like sweet and flowery. It was nice.
Got a timer ready?
No.
No.
Let me,
You.
let me get a
Everything.
timer.
We're all out of sorts today.
I just got a notification from Kory and Cambria. I wonder what that's all
Oh
about.
wow. You know.
I won't look now.
Yeah.
I will look later.
Potential sponsor of the
Potential
podcast.
sponsor of the podcast.
We can only
Kory and
hope.
Cambria. I will tag them again.
Yeah, for sure.
Just keep going. Where's my timer? How do
All
I
right,
do
well,
this?
I'm pouring.
Stopwatch.
I'm
Oh
not-
God. Okay, we're going.
Okay.
Got it.
All right.
Whew. Sorry, it's my first
the
day.
pour does not stop for anyone at this point.
Oh, look at that.
So sweet.
I gotta get the video of the vortex out there.
Yeah, you do. I mean, I've got my arm fully
I know. I
extended.
was trying to stretch my neck out so I could keep talking.
All right, there she is. Wow.
We got to get the video going for this so people
Yeah,
can see
my
how
one talent.
awkward we are.
Yeah, well, I guess I have two talents. One is making the vortex. Two is being awkward.
To be.
To be.
B2. To be or B2.
Oh, wow,
to-
it smells good. It smells like and I'm only saying this in a really good way. It smells a bit like a firework that I remember from being a kid.
Yeah,
I don't know what it
that's so
is.
funny. What is that?
It's not like the snake.
Well, there's like a saltiness to that
Yeah.
smell. You know what I mean? That like I don't know how to describe. I'm sure you know if you're listening what
Yeah.
fireworks smell like.
Yeah. I mean, I personally, whenever I smell a firework, it's usually a very pleasant sort of memory for me.
Okay, so this coffee reminds me of my wife's deodorant.
Oh, wow. Okay. Fireworks and deodorant.
Fireworks and deodorant.
Nice. Well, that's great. You know,
Yeah.
that's a nice warm feeling. I love
When I tag
Just
these people,
women's
and I hope
deodorant.
they don't listen to this because they're gonna be like, "What the
I know your
fuck did they
wife's
say
like,
about
"What
our coffee?"
Yeah.
It smells really good.
It smells
Okay,
like
these are
fireworks
good things.
And women's
And my
deodorant.
wife's armpits.
Yeah, that's great. I would call that a very positive thing for sure.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's really good. I'm super excited to taste this. It has like this. The citrus is so like underneath the rest.
I know.
and it's cool.
Subtle.
It's subtle. It's sweet. It's flowery.
It's sublime.
sublime.
I feel like, again, I'll say that coffees from Ethiopia are just my favorite of all times. It's my favorite region. Wow, it's just, there are ants all over this room.
They're all over. They're swarming. They're mad at me for throwing that one.
It's probably the same one. I bought Christy some ant traps, and I think they're deployed up here. I don't know what's... It's weird how, like, seasonally ants will just come into this.
Oh, yeah. They just show up all of a sudden and bother you for a few days, and they're like,
then
all right,
they go away.
there's nothing good here.
Yeah, I think they're, like, rad sort of insects, like all exteriorly armored.
Yeah, they're very distracting right now, though.
They
'cause
are,
I just
yeah.
want to watch them.
We should get some diatomaceous earth.
Wouldn't it be cool if we could just, like, walk on the walls like that?
You know, I'll tell you what I wouldn't be doing, podcasting.
He would just be walking on walls.
Yeah, all the time. Well, where are we at
There's
on the
this
timer?
scene. Did you ever watch the Andy Milonakis show?
No, but I have heard of it.
There was this one scene that I like. My brother and I still quote to this day, where it's just his dog is on the ceiling. His dog's name is Whoopi, and it's just Andy Milonakis standing there yelling at his dog, going, "Whoopi, Whoopi, get down! Whoopi, get down from there!" And I just fucking like. It was so dumb, but it was so funny, especially when I was like, 13 years old.
Maybe you can send me the link.
Yeah, I'll find the link and
I
send
love
it to
that.
you.
Yeah,
That was pretty good.
What's the
Shout out to
timer
Andy
say?
Milonakis and his fat dog Whoopi.
I'm all like, what's the timer say? I'm trying to like expedite.
We still got 30 seconds.
Oh,
baby.
okay. All right. Well, I
we
get
can
nervous.
Keep talking about
all right. Dogs on ceilings and
dogs on the ceilings,
yeah.
like that Black Keys song.
Oh yeah, dogs on the ceiling. I love that.
On the ceiling.
Yeah. Tell you what, that album, that's a good one. Is that the what one is that? It's got a bunch of
Is
that
it
was
El
like,
Camino?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Maybe it was
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
I don't know. Yeah, that is a very good album.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to the Black Keys.
Yeah.
And their hit song "Dog on the Ceiling."
Very unlikely to sponsor us though.
Oh, I forgot to put water in our spoon cups.
That's fine. We can.
I forgot to put water in my spoon cup.
Oh,
You have
well,
water.
you
in
have
yours.
bottled water.
That's fine. I was just using bottled water.
All right, I'm gonna break this coffee right now.
I took a long draw out of my bottle of water a little while ago, and I'm like interested to hear how annoying that is when I go to edit, and so everyone just hears. Boom, boom, boom,
That is that's nice. Okay, I get the citrus now. Yeah, they're not screwing around when they say orange by any means. It's the
Hugs everybody, turn around and touch your toes. Come on in and welcome. We should open the pantry and you can be there with us. And Craig will show you all the citrus in his pantry.
Ew.
It's Craig's Citrus Corner.
I got a bunch of citrus right here for you.
Yeah,
and I
show us your citrus.
Well, this one I think would be like a navel orange
Craig, show me your navel.
and my orange. And they're also, I think, one of their cupping notes also is lime. So I can see that family of fruit right up in there. Maybe a not the Meyer lime.
Yeah. I always preferred the marine orange than the navel orange.
Yeah, in the navel.
In the navel.
Yeah, all right. I'm
Boy,
pretty.
it is good. This
stoked.
What is this reminding me of? There's.
I don't know. I'm skimming. I'm skimming because I want this right in my. I want this rolling down my
Yeah.
esophagus.
Oh, it smells like raspberry jam. Like like raspberry lime. I don't know. It's so sweet and tart now. Ooh.
Nice.
It really opened up. I can't wait to taste this.
Yeah, me too. Got some float and stuff.
Some float stuff. It's fresh. It's light.
It is. It looks light. It's like it has a tea-like appearance.
Yeah, I was trying really hard to find a natural, but they didn't have any naturals in the store while I was there.
Well, we can't always have naturals.
I did try, though,
Okay.
because I was behind the steering wheel for this one.
Really?
Well, I was in the passenger seat.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Kyle was behind the steering wheel,
Yeah.
but he's not on the podcast.
Now that's interesting. It's good. I get a lot of citrus right up front when I first inhale it, and then definitely like more like orange peel or grapefruit aftertaste.
It's a little
Almost
drying, little, tanniny,
almost
bitter.
sour, but not bad at all. I mean,
it
it's
tastes much-
shouting out to me.
Yeah, it tastes much less sweet than it smells, which is kind of nice, because obviously the sweet naturals aren't for everyone, but this coffee would be for everyone.
Yeah, for sure. I would
get
say
the-
definitely, like you said, tanniny. It is tea-like, for sure. Almost. I mean, there's a vegetal. Yeah, that's the right word. There's a vegetal sort of taste to it. Maybe just grassy. I don't know. I mean, it's not bad by any means.
No, it's quite nice. I feel like this is one of those crowd pleasers where you get the light roast, natural people like me who are just like, I want my light juicy coffees, but it also is like the dry, like the tannininess of it, tannininess, tanninacity of it.
Ooh.
Gives it's like it has the illusion of being a heavy-bodied coffee, because I don't think it's particularly heavy in body, but that like drying sensation on the tongue makes it like it really lingers and sits with you, despite it being, light and it's like it's really hard to explain because it
has a long finish.
It does, and it has both the qualities of being a light, juicy coffee and also a like deep, heavy coffee. And I think it really is just because it's like the tannins of it, that bitterness really sits for a long time in your mouth.
It's almost like a dry red wine. Like, yeah, it's good. It's good. I would drink this coffee. I mean, I feel
absolutely. I don't think it would. I don't know that it would. I think this wants to be consumed hot and black.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think this is a milk and sugar one.
No, not at all.
I mean, it'd be interesting to try, but I feel like it would be. It's probably got a bit too much in the high end to where that would be. I don't think you need to adulterate this coffee in any way.
No, I'd be curious to try it as an espresso too.
I think that would
be really interesting.
AF. Well, we can go down and do that. Here we are. We can just. I guess that cat's not out of the bag. But
no, we haven't released that.
We can do
yet.
addendums now to the podcast.
Yes, we did our first post-show add-on.
Yeah, I love that.
We'll release that episode another time.
Yeah, cool. Well, all right, that was great.
Yeah, this was really good. Thanks for listening to my vasectomy stories and talk about how the nurse flashed me and then the suit person gassed me up about my big hunky bod.
Yeah, I love that. That's great.
Yeah, I felt like it was a pretty good week for me.
Well, I'm glad you're recovering because it sounds painful. I too have been through that, but not quite like that. And now neither one of us can reproduce anymore. Apparently,
we are no longer biologically desirable males.
Yeah, it's just as well. I mean, I feel like it's been a hot minute since I've been a biologically desirable male. I mean, let's just be honest. I'm old. I'm aging out of that. Yeah, but fortunately, some people, one person in particular, does apparently still find me biologically desirable. So that's
great.
great.
The nice thing is we don't need to be biologically desirable to be desirable.
Oh, you're not wrong about that, buddy. Good. All right. Well, I feel like that was some great content.
We are mules.
Probably. What?
We're mules.
We are mules. Yeah.
We are mules.
Yeah, for sure.
Mules. I said that word too many times.
Yeah, you said it weird, dude.
I was
mule.
Mule.
I want to.
MJOLs.
Oh, yeah.
Mules. Mules.
Like a mojito.
Like a mulehito.
All right. Well, that's probably it for now, right?
Craig says that's enough.
Yeah,
out of
I'm
you,
done.
Kory. You're getting weird.
Well, you're not getting weird.
Yeah, I've been weird.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Good. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, glad you're alive.
Me too.
Awesome.
Glad my my situation's improving.
Yeah, me too. Me too. All right, very good. Well, have a nice day.
You too.
Okay.
Let's put a lid on it.
All right. Yes. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.